Greetings, it is I, Dreadscape Gaming. I don't know how the heck I'm streaming right now because I'm freaking tired. Hello. Yeah, I had jury duty. That's not a lie. I could actually show you the pictures of outside the courtroom of jury duty. I had jury duty. It's a fun story that I'm going to tell actually before we get into stream. So I was originally scheduled to have jury duty today, Wednesday, as well as tomorrow, Thursday, here in the United States of America. So I woke up super early, 6 o'clock in the morning to be exact, to get ready to go to jury duty because I had to report at 9 a.m. So I, take a shower because you got to go everywhere, nice and clean. And decide to have some coffee because I can't function without coffee in the morning. If I don't have coffee, I become a big maniac and stuff. I need coffee to be able to function. So I had coffee, got ready. Had to change my jacket 2 or 3 times because I kept grabbing the wrong jacket because I was in a rush to get there. Hop on the train. Train gets me there in like 10 minutes. Usually sometimes in the morning when I need to actually do something super important and I've had to grab the train before, I usually will run into train delays at that time where either there's like track trouble or something because, it's not a big mystery to people. I have said this before. I live in New York City. So New York City Transit is not necessarily the most reliable of services, especially in the morning. There's always usually train track trouble or there's some type of incident going on. Today, no, I got to my destination literally in about 10 minutes. So I got to jury duty at 8 o'clock in the morning. If you follow me on my IRL, you probably had seen the jury duty picture where I posted the picture of the courts and said, please manifest an early dismissal for me. So what happened is I got there an hour early. I had to wait outside in the cold. It's actually freezing. Or was freezing this morning. Here in NYC was like 34 degrees outside, which was kind of not the nicest of temperatures to have to deal with. Originally, when I postponed jury duty, it's because I didn't want to do it in the dead of winter and be freezing. However, that kind of might be worked to my benefit here. So I got there, had to wait an hour. While I'm online, this woman that had, I guess, some type of health issues and stuff that was pretty up there in age, decided that they wanted to start arguing with the 2 basic guards that are there just doing their job, making sure nobody could go in until it's time to get into jury duty. And she started arguing with them, and I have to listen to this back and forth of this old woman being grumpy because she didn't want to be there for jury duty, which I understand. 90% of the people out there are not going to want to do jury duty, myself included. I understand civic duty, but when you're called and it's a very inopportune time to be called for, it can be kind of frustrating. But you kind of got to go and you just kind of deal with it. The secret really with jury duty is not to be rude to the people that are just doing their job. Don't be rude to the security officers. Don't be rude to the clerks. These people can make your life miserable if you literally start to act up. So what ended up happening is after that fight, we actually got, processed, which you have to go for metal detectors, everything, make sure that you're not there, that you don't have anything metal on you and stuff to make sure everybody's nice and safe. I get upstairs to the room. We have to fill out the usual papers that you do for jury duty, so I filled out those papers. People were kind of daddling, and then they get to, the usual process message that they have to do, as to the do's and don'ts, what's expected of you, you have to serve, what papers to fill out if you haven't filled them out already, and they go make you watch 2 videos now, in regards to stuff for jury duty. So all that stuff happens, right, Dread Knights? And after about 10 minutes... the first bunch of people get called for jury duty, and Dread is there because Dread obviously has a couple of reasons why he can't serve. I'm not going to go into detail because I don't want to give people tips as to how to get out of jury duty necessarily here. But there's a couple of reasons why I particularly can't serve jury duty. It has to do with people that I know that work in certain things, as well as just certain things about me. Obviously, I work film television, but also a content creator, which they don't really like content creators for jury duty because we're people who are, I don't want to say terminally online, but we are kind of terminally online for all intents and purposes with that type of stuff. So what ended up happening is, I was waiting around, my name didn't get called, so I'm waiting there another 2 hours. It's 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and then they tell us we can go out to lunch till 2:15 p.m. So a 2-hour and 15-minute lunch break. Now, if you know anything about jury duty, you'll know that usually they give you, if you're like not selected and you're just waiting to be selected, you get an hour lunch. That's usually 1 to 2 p.m. The fact that they gave us a lunch that was 2 hours and 15 minutes meant that there weren't really a whole bunch of cases that were going on. In fact, in all that time that I was waiting there was only one case that ever got called. So it hits about 3 o'clock in the afternoon my time, Eastern Standard Time, keep that in mind again. And they decide that they want to call 30 more people. So they call 30 more people, and my name, once again, is not selected of those 30 people. So I'm just there sitting and waiting, twiddling my fingers, can't really do anything. Because here's the fun fact, like, there is internet and free Wi-Fi at the jury duty place, but it's on restricted mode. So I wanted to watch Regis's, from Hollow Stars Dead by Daylight stream. I couldn't watch it because it was on restricted mode, the internet, so it was considered, like, not safe for viewing and stuff, so I couldn't watch it even if I had wanted to. I'm gonna watch it after I finish stream today. So then what ended up happening is I'm waiting, and they didn't call me, and there's a rule here in New York City. I don't know if this is the rule in other places. I know this is one for here in New York City, where if you are not called actually in to be selected as a jury member, and you're not called, you never go into the courtroom. I didn't go into the courtroom all day. What ends up happening is they have to, by the new law that's called one day rule, if you're there a whole day and they've never been called into the courtroom, they have to dismiss you. So since I didn't get called in, I got my jury duty letter that I had served, I got dismissed, and I don't have to go back tomorrow for jury duty. So I only serve one day, and I get $75 basically for the day, which is kind of crappy. Excuse me, I dropped my phone for a second, so I'm gonna look a little bit weird. So that's basically what happened. I spent a whole day there. They gave me like $75 that I'm not even gonna see for like 6 to 8 weeks, and they sent me on my merry way. But I'm not complaining about that because I don't have to do jury duty for 2 to 4 years. And probably, like, the next time they call me, I'm probably not even going to be in this country. I'll just be honest with you. I'll probably be somewhere else. I've kind of alluded to some of this stuff already before. So, yeah, Dread doesn't have to do jury duty tomorrow, so that means there will be a stream tomorrow. There will be a stream on Friday. I might have to fix the schedule up because I was honestly expecting to at least have the next 2 days off. But I'm the type of content creator that I will not take a day off. If I don't have a reason to miss a stream, like if it's not an internet problem that's happening that's preventing me from doing a stream, like unfortunately happened with Dead by Daylight, if it's not like a major issue, I don't miss streams. I'm here Monday through Friday. So despite better judgment, I'm tired because I barely slept last night, got up at 6 o'clock in the morning. I am here today for Monster Hunter Wilds. We are going to play. That blasted phone keeps falling. Dread Knights. Fortunately, my VTuber model is not connected to the telephone. So, yeah, you know, we're going to be playing Monster Hunter Wilds today. I'm sorry I'm, like, all over the place because I'm trying to get the stupid phone wire connected because I usually use the phone for my second screen, and I didn't have time to charge it, again, because I was, like, literally in the middle of, like, a whole bunch of jury duty stuff. So, yeah. Hopefully it stays plugged in this time, because I use that for chat as my second window. So yeah, I don't have to do jury duty tomorrow, so we will play a game tomorrow as well. We will play a game on Friday. Maybe I'll try to do the run back on Dead by Daylight, because I know we couldn't really do Dead by Daylight the last time, which kind of sucked. Why is my phone spazzing here? You know? So, that's kind of the plan. I think it's going to be a good plan. Today we're going to play Monster Hunter Wilds, which I'm kind of just going to jump around and play like Bowgun, to kind of turn my brain off. We're going to jump into it right now in a minute. Thank you, everybody's hanging out. I'm going to go for 2 hours, despite how tired I am. So 2-hour stream today. So enjoy. Open lobby session 2. I'll put the game screen on here in a minute. I mean, we beat jury duty. Basically, we speedran through jury duty, which is cool. Alright, so I'm going to be playing light bowgun. I'm going to be using the Gagma Zyos build. So basically, it's attack boost level 5, ballistics level 3, opening shot level 2, slugger level 1, peak performance level 5, agitator level 5. We have evade window level 4, stun resistance level 3, adrenaline rush 2, burst level 2, maximum might 2, elemental absorption 2 is not going to matter with this gun, speed aiming 2, adaptability 2, aquatic ult slit, mobility 1, and shock absorber. The gun that I'm going to be using is a Pierce build, because that's kind of like the best gun. That's an all-around purpose one, so I'll just show that off as well. That is the Celtis Claire gun. Basically, this is the maxed out Ray Dow weapon. because it's the only gun that has Pierce level 3 in the game, which is kind of like nice to have it. The rest of the stuff here is just basic Gagmazaios armor. I want to make a lipo gun with the arch-tempered Arcvolt, which I do have that set, but I didn't have time because, again, I wasn't planning to stream today, because I wasn't expecting to speedrun jury duty, but hey, we beat jury duty by basically sitting there and doing nothing the whole day. Oh well. We'll figure out a new game to buy thanks to the jury duty money, I guess you could say. So let's jump into, I'll probably do SOS investigation, or not investigations, but SOS things. We'll just figure out who we're gonna help out, right? Doesn't really matter. I'm gonna do worldwide because it gives us more options. I'm not gonna start with anything super crazy just yet, because I need to warm up. I need to get, like, locked in and focused. Let's see, let's help that person, because that's, like, their storyline quest. So that'll be pretty good for the day. How is everybody? Hopefully you actually ate something. I am going to be having pesto pasta for dinner. So I have pasta for dinner. I was originally going to have, like, ramen, but I changed my mind because all I have is, like, a cup of ramen that's really not the best. Anybody here like Nissan ramen, which is those little cup of noodle things? I like Szechuan chicken. I decided to make spaghetti with pesto sauce for dinner. It's a little bit healthier than probably eating ramen necessarily. I haven't eaten all day, though, because I don't, like, when I was in jury duty, I didn't want to go outside because it was cold. So, it was like, and on top of that, like, I'm the type of person that when I'm outside, I don't know if this is, anybody else has this issue, but I don't like to use public restrooms. They kind of just gross me out in general. I don't feel comfortable using public restrooms. It's a me thing, right? So, what I generally do is when I'm outside, I know I'm going to be outside for a long time or in a public area, I don't eat or drink anything because I don't feel comfortable using public restrooms. It's not like anything really an issue, just like I want to say performance anxiety because that's kind of silly to say, but it's kind of the truth. I always feel awkward doing my business outside. I don't know if anybody else feels like that. The other thing too that kind of annoys me, and this is a personal quirk of mine, is that I'm notorious for always being early to everything. So like I didn't have to report to jury duty till 9 in the morning, but I was literally there at 8 o'clock because I didn't want to be late. Because I have this like, what? We didn't even get to do the hunt. Oh well. We got to yap a little bit there. I just got here. Oh well. GG's, I suppose. So yeah, I'm notorious for, I'm always early. I'm always like an hour early for whatever. So if you really tell me be there at 9 o'clock in the morning, I will be there at like 8 o'clock in the morning because I'm more afraid of being late than I am about being early. There's nothing wrong with being early. You could just wait around and hang out. Like my friends, I used to, back in the day when we used to, I don't know if anybody remembers when movie theaters used to do like midnight releases. I'm not even going to run to that because I'm not going to make it. I'm just going to back out of it. It's not parts like I necessarily need, so we'll just... Come on, I don't want to carve it. Just get out of here, guy. Come on, it's okay. I'm not going for it. It'll take forever for me to get to that. But, yeah. So I'm notoriously early. So back in the day, there used to be midnight movie releases, and I would do just about every summer blockbuster movie that you could think of, would do, like, the midnight release with my friends. Again, work in the film and television industry, so I'm really passionate about, like, cinema and stuff like that. I've always been that way, in general. So that we used to go see, like, the summer blockbusters and stuff, just as, you know, fun nerd groups. So we used to go see, like, the Spider-Man movies when they came out, the Star Wars movies when they came out. Not, like, the old ones. I'm talking about the newer ones. And, like, all the Avengers movies and stuff. But the problem is, they stopped doing those, right? But when I used to do it with friends, the movie starts at 12. We would meet up always at, like, 10 o'clock because there's these big lines that you had to stand in. You know, it's kind of like when you wait in line for anime conventions, which I'm also notorious for that stuff. Like, if I'm going to a convention, not that I've been to too many, like, the last one was, what, San Diego Comic-Con, which I don't really consider an anime convention. I'm supposed to go to New York Comic-Con, and I changed my plan the last time around. Did not fill that. That's lobby is full. That's unfortunate. Alright, let's do another search. I feel like there's not that many lobbies to do today. I'm not doing 10-star, not yet. Just kind of want to warm up first, like, get a warm-up duel, right? Let's do this one. Or not warm-up duel, excuse me, warm-up hunt. So yeah, you know, I'm one of those guys that always likes to be early. I was like that in school, too, you know? It's just kind of one of those crazy things. So, that's just kind of my personality. You know, some people are like that, some people hate it. I always feel like if you can be early, be early. Alright, let's go through here. Hop on there. Let's go across this way. Finally, we get actually into a hunt. I felt like it was taking us forever at this point. Just kind of want to warm up a little bit. I don't want to jump into the deep end just yet. You know? Here's what is... Again? Are you kidding? Oh, jeez Louise. Can I get into a hunt today that's not... just like nothing? You know how far I have to go for that? I just got here. Why are they... Everybody speedrunning content today? I don't know. Thanks for the free parts, I suppose. I literally just got here. I think Nina just got here, too. Yeah, Nina just got into the hunt, too. That's funny. Hilarious. Well, I wish to leave now. We got a whole bunch of parts that we didn't necessarily need anything for, but, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, so... I always like to be early and on time for those type of things. You know, I just feel like also, too, when it comes to, like, being early, it's just kind of the respectable thing to do. But I don't suggest you get there always an hour early for everything, because it's kind of a little bit of a nuisance, too, right? If you know, you know. You know, but I hate being late to things. I have had friends that, like, would show up to stuff and be like, be there at 12 p.m. And it's like 1:35, and they wouldn't be there. And I would be so frustrated. There was this one time. This is a fun story about friends and sometimes them not being cordial or, you know, prompt, whatever you want to call it. I had a friend one time that it was my birthday, right? I won't say what age of a birthday it was, but it was a birthday that I had. And what ended up happening was they said that they wanted to hang out and celebrate my birthday with me. So they told me to meet them outside of a McDonald's and that we would go and hang out and have beers and do all the fun stuff that bros do, right? I was sitting out there waiting for them for like 2 hours. I gave them a call like, hey, where are you? You said you were coming. Don't worry, I'm coming. Don't worry, I'm coming. Don't worry, I'm coming. They never showed up. And I was Dread. This was younger, naive Dread. I was waiting out there for 3 hours. It turns out that my friend, my buddy, my pal, decided that he was having a lady friend over, and I guess they were having a very fun time, if you know, you know. And he didn't want to leave his tryst that he was having. So what ended up happening was Dread basically, on his birthday, was waiting outside to meet up with a friend to celebrate it. And then what ended up happening was my friend literally kind of like ditched me because he was, you know, with a girl, a woman, in a romantic tryst. And, like, completely forgot about me. And I waited all that time for my friend, and he never showed up, which is just kind of one of those things where it's like, oh, that's great. That's fun. That's nice. That's real cool. Gotta love it when that happens, but, you know, it is what it is. Alright, finally we got some action. I felt like it was taking forever. Gotta get the actual... Let's wait on this, because I don't want to use rapid fire without... Let's wait on this. Because I gotta shoot the tendrils here to be on the safe side here, Dread Knights. So that's fine. I just can stay stationary here. Trying to hit the rapid fire, but I want to wait, because I don't want to, like, waste a whole bunch of bullets, because the one thing is in Monster Hunter Wilds now... Let's see if I can hit this. Aw, that should have hit. Did somebody else get the part break hopefully here? And this is pretty easy to take out anyway. Just gotta watch out for the tail strike here. Okay, good. Wait on it. Wait on it. Wait on it. Okay, nice. There's a part break there that's free. Let's wait. Dodge. Okay. Let's dodge here again. I just saw my light flash before my eyes. It's okay. Dread Knights don't panic. Who's panicking? I'm not the one panicking. You're panicking. I need to do that. Okay, I think I got the part break there, so it should be down for a bit. See if we can target the face. My rapid fire is about to run off, though. So yeah, you know. Okay, good. Shoot this. Okay, good. That's another amount of damage there. This is a more all-out attack, so we can just see, like, big damage numbers. Oh, that would have been perfect had it gotten our knockdown, but unfortunately the stun threshold was a little too much there, Dread Knights. Shoot. Okay, good. Let's wait on it. Roll. I gotta keep my distance here because obviously I am a ranged weapon. When you see the red, you better move because if not, you're gonna be dead. Alright, cool. Let's keep shooting this. Perfect. Gotta be on a damage rotation here. Okay, nice. Kind of out of range here, so I gotta wait a second and reposition again. I gotta wait for the thing to get back with the meter. Because that's the one thing they nerfed. Rapid fire in this game, which they rightfully so had to do that. Hey, light power will help forget about now, buddy. That's okay. I gotta remember that when I'm doing these type of hunts, people don't really heal their teammates too much. It's just kind of how it goes. Heal up. I ran out of maximum health too. That's why we're playing on hard mode right now. You could say it on wager, right? It's okay. We got it. This thing's not that hard to do. Even with like the little bit of the HP debuff here. As long as I don't get hit by it and I play smart, we should be okay. Roll. This is where the evade comes in very handy. Alright, so I'm going to switch back to a rapid fire. Just gotta wait. Then what we're going to do is we're going to target the face area. I see a red part break that I can get, but I was kind of hoping like my other teammates that were playing melee weapons could get it. So I don't necessarily have to deal with some of the tomfoolery here. Case in point, yeah, there you go. Good job, teammate. Good job, homie. Gotta love when people do that. Okay, great. Let's fire this off. Left chamber broken. Just gonna keep pelting there for a moment. Base area would be good too, but obviously there's gonna be a lot of people competing for the face. So it's probably just better to do the smart thing and attack the areas you know you can hit. Case in point, I'll move. That's actually something that people don't know. When they do their big attacks like that, you can actually use, you know, one of your target modes to just stop it. Let me move back here. Is it a dual blade user too? Yeah, it is. Okay, great. Switch to Pierce. I think he's lipping away already, so he's almost dead. Just good. That's fine. So, you know, I was kind of happy to the fact that I don't have to do jury duty for more than one day. I know a lot of people are like, it's your civic duty, which I understand that, you know. And I suppose if I were in some sort of thing where I needed a jury, I wouldn't want people to feel like, oh, I'm barred by it. I mean, I guess sometimes it benefits, like, if you can get a Wednesday, because I feel like Wednesdays are probably less days depending on... I mean, it's a little different, too, because I forgot to mention, like, the court that I went to was civil court. It's not like it was criminal court, because obviously there's going to be a lot more criminal cases just in general than there are civil. But I was in the Supreme Civil Court. And it seems like it was a really slow day, which might not be necessarily a bad thing. Lying low? Why are you lying low? Okay, thank you for that. Trust the homies and they shall replenish you. Yes. Okay, good. Oh, that's a part break. Let's see if I can get it. Okay, I got it, but I did not secure a nurse stun. But that's okay. It's okay, because we can do another one here. We can do another one. We just gotta trust, right? Just trust the process. Let's fire those off. Perfect. Good job. I should get the tail here. Stay still. Oh, that's bad. Let me roll. The one good thing is this is a better armor to use for gunning as opposed because the Gogmazios Apocalypse thing gives you a free not getting hit attack, right? So let's do this. I missed the tail. Somebody else can get that part break if they want. I'm not gonna use the Mega Potion because I really necessarily don't need it here. But okay, let's continue to push. Okay, not bad. Decent amount. Can continue to narrow the gap just a little bit here. Roar. He's angry. I'm not going to use the auto move because I feel like the auto move is always so buggy in this game. Anybody else feel that way, Dread Knights, perhaps? Alright. So weird. Oh, he's sleeping. Did I bring bombs? I did. Please don't hit him. You idiot. We could have sleep bombed him there. Oh, I suppose that still works, but that's kind of a pet peeve of mine. Like, when you do that, just put bombs down. He's sleeping, sleep bomb. You see a gunner, I can do something really cool and special with that. Hey, we didn't have to use really any Mega Potions, though, so it was an effective hunt. We got an Arc Weld gem for that too, so our troubles. Nice. Huzzah. Let me see if I can get some other stuff here. Because I need a couple more carbites. This would be kind of nice. Dragonite ore, Dragonite ore, Dragonite ore. I'm surprised I can even say Dragonite. So that's like a Nintendo term, isn't it? Anybody saw today Pokemon Champions? I was really excited for the game. And then I found out that there's a couple things that the game requires. First off, it needs a constant internet connection. There's no offline mode for Pokemon Champions. Second of all, I found out that it runs terribly on the Nintendo Switch 2 as well as the Nintendo Switch 1. Performance on both those games is pretty bad. It's pretty poopy. It's pretty disappointing for all intents and purposes regarding that. So, yeah, you know, I was very hyped for the game. A lot of people are, you know, top VGC players are not very happy with the game right now. On top of that, there's a limited amount of Pokemon that are available to actually play in the game. Because I guess not every Pokemon is available. I don't know the list because I haven't really, like, downloaded it. Once they said it's always online, which I don't know how that's going to work for a VGC event, because usually when VGC events are held at, like, regular locals, they don't have, like, internet connections in most of those places. So I don't know how they're going to pull this off at all, Dread Knights. It seems like it's a very far-fetched idea, but I am very disappointed because I was hoping like Pokemon Champions was going to be like my VGC fix, and I was going to also like be able to play stuff like how Battle Tower matches were. And the thing about it is, like, I've mentioned this before, on my Nintendo Switch, I don't have even the subscription service anymore because I barely use my Nintendo Switch to play any games online. So it's kind of like counterproductive and not important for me to actually like do those things, right? Like, why pay for Nintendo Online if I'm not actually using it? Majority of the games I'm playing right now are just PC games at this point, you know? So why worry about it? Alright, on to the next one. I mean, eventually I suppose I'll redo it when there's actually like a Switch game that I'm super interested in. Like right now, there's the rumor that there's going to be Star Fox 64 remake, and there's a rumor that Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time is getting a remake. And one of the rumors they're saying is they're going to split the game into 2 games. So it's going to be like Young Link. And then after Young Link, they're also going to do... I'll do another one of these because I need a couple of the parts. They're going to do like... The first game's going to be Young Link and the second game's going to be Adult Link. I don't know how that's going to work though. Those are only rumors. Again, we don't know if this is actually going to be true. I mean, Nintendo seems pretty upset about it. Has anybody seen the Mario Galaxy movie, by the way? A lot of people have hated it. Some people have loved it. I think it's okay. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's great. It's an okay sequel. I wasn't really going into that sequel with super high expectations. I just expected more Mario and a lot of references and a lot of stuff. So in that retrospect, I was kind of happy with the movie. There is one scene in particular that's really funny. Particularly with Princess Peach and Mario, where Princess Peach is running towards Mario. I don't want to spoil it too much. And she goes to, like, give him a hug, and he just extends his hand for a handshake. And for me, I was like, wow, that is literally how I react in IRL life. Because it's not that I don't like to be hugged by women and stuff, but I always have kind of like, whenever a woman goes to run and hug me, and I don't know exactly how defined of a, I don't want to say relationship necessarily, or, you know, friendship that we have, I generally don't hug people. Unless, like, for me, hugging, I know this is going to sound stupid, but for me, when I hug people because I'm romantically linked to them. The only person I really hug outside of, like, being a person that I'd be romantically linked to is usually my niece. Because it's, like, you know, my niece is practically like my daughter in a way. I've mentioned this before in stream, you know. Did I just... what are we hunting? I don't even know. Oh, this monster that's falling asleep there. I might have just pissed off my team by doing that. That's fine. I'm the problem here. So yeah, I don't really like to hug people. It's just like, you know, unless it's like a romantic context. Like family, I'll every once in a while maybe give them a hug, but mostly my niece. It's a me thing too, you know. Like a lot of people probably don't know this, but Dredd is not a fan of people touching him without necessarily his consent. So like if you see me on the street and you try to like give me a handshake, or you see me on the street and you try to like run up and hug me, I'm probably gonna like either, I won't push you away like in a mean way, but I'll back away and be kind of like a little, nah, chill, because I have a thing about my personal space. I don't really like my personal space being violated, or, you know, approach in a way, so I usually prefer, like, if somebody's gonna give me a hug, they tell me, is it okay? And then I usually be like, yeah. Unless, again, I'm romantically linked, then you can hug me every day of the week, and I'm probably not gonna complain. Handshakes, again, it's one of those things, too, where it's like, I'll give them, like, if it's, like, for a business deal, or I'll give them, like, if it's for, like, job interviews and stuff, but, like, usually if it's somebody I don't really know, it's less on my comfort level things to do. Dread really just like to be touched. Like, Sister Dread will tell you this, 100%. Like, if you ask Sister Dread, she's a little busy, though. Sister Dread will tell you, like, Sister Dread sometimes will try to clown around when she sees me. And she'll, like, poke me, or try to poke me, or pretend that she's actually poking me. And she will see how angry I get at just, like, being close and violating my personal space. I don't like, you know, it's just one of those things. I don't like to be touched. Not everybody's like that. There's some people who are, like, super affectionate, but I'm just kind of one of those things where it's like, no, please get permission before you approach Dread in any shape or way for that type of physical contact. You know? I got a little uncomfortable with it, I guess is the best way to put it. It's a quirk I've always had. Even when I was younger, it was the same thing. I don't, you know? I don't really hug a lot of people, too. Like, I'll just be honest. Kissing, like, too, like, you know, some people, like, when they see each other, will kiss people, like, on the cheek to say hello and stuff. I don't do that. Homie don't play like that. Nobody kisses me unless I'm in, like, a committed relationship with you. That's the thing. That's another one of my crazy... Not it's crazy, but it's my personal quirks and stuff, you know? And then there's the other things, too. Like, I don't mind, like, small talk. Because I don't mind that whatsoever. I can yap and stuff about stuff of that nature. But, like, small talk is sometimes stuff that makes me kind of get a little bit annoyed in a way, too. So, like, for example, hold that thought while we continue to shoot here. Yeah, so, like, small talk for me is one of those things where sometimes I'm not a big fan of it, and we'll try to do things to not necessarily get out of it. Are you guys with me? Can't really tell. I'm in the middle of the hunt. I seem that we're fine. Let's roll. Roll. Okay. Roll here again. Okay. But small talk is one of those things, too, where it's like, I'm not really a big fan of it. So, like, if you tell me, hey, how's the weather outside? Oh, it's really blue and stuff. I get personally bored with those type of conversations. And I will get, like, generally annoyed because I feel like there's no value in the actual conversation that's going on. You know, I'm the type of person, again, I've talked about this on stream, that if you tell me, you know, hey, did you see the Super Mario Galaxy movie? What did you think of it? I'll give you my thoughts on that. Or you're like, hey, what did you think of this song and the themes of that? I will go on a big rant and tirade about that. But if you're like, hey, how you doing? And I tell you, I'm doing fine. I did this and this and this today. And you say, like, okay, cool. We probably aren't going to get along as actual human beings because I can't deal with small talk. Because it's like, I'm one of those people that, when I have conversations, I need them to be meaningful and with substance, I guess is the best way to put it. So conversations that aren't of that nature just kind of generally bore me. And I will sometimes think of people that, like, if you can't contribute your conversations or it's interesting, or you just, like, not really saying anything, I generally will probably not want to continue a conversation. We'll try to find a way to excuse myself politely from it, just to... Let's roll there. Okay, thank you. We got saved by something. We got gun lance user here. Let me shoot a couple of these. Alright, nice. Shoot a couple more of these. Cool. Nice. I'm doing pretty good here. I think we're doing very, very well. Nice. Good knockdown. Nice. Continue to apply a decent amount of damage. I like the gun lance user. Gun lance user's putting in some work here. We could just kind of hold them there. Good job. High fives, high fives. High fives all around. That was a good one. Nice, good flow going. No Cartseaver today. That's why I was like, I'll just play Lipo Gun today. It gives me the option to kind of turn my brain off a little bit. Arcveld gem. You know, like, that was the thing, too. Like, I mentioned this before. I used to go to anime conventions a whole bunch more than I do now. And, like, back in the day in anime conventions, something that also kind of was a bit of my pet peeve was when people used to glop people. For those of you who don't know what glopping is, it's basically where they literally run at you at full speed and basically tackle hug you. I hate that. I used to remember I had friends that would try to do it, and they would run towards me at like full speed to try to give me like a glomp, as it was called back then. And when they go to glomp me, I would literally just do like the Matrix sidestep, and they'd go like flying, crashing into something else. Because again, it's just like those type of things I'm really not like super cool with. And it's not like to be mean, it's just like, you know, everybody has their comfort level for certain things. And that's like one of my comfort levels is like, do not touch Dread. And then I remember also like free hugs at anime conventions. I hated that stuff too. I remember there was an anime convention I used to go to, I don't want to mention by name, where there was the whole free hugs thing, and it started like a controversy because people would take advantage and say free hugs, and people would get like a hug, or go to give them a hug, and then the people would be like super perps, would try to like do inappropriate behavior towards people that were hugging them. That type of stuff really used to piss the bejesus out of me when people do that, because it's like, respect people's boundaries, man. You know? That's how I always look at it, stuff of that nature. So like the glomping things, the free hug things, people used to like run up to you and go tag, and like try to play a game of tag with you. And that also was a bit of a nuisance to me. I'm gonna do this, huh? Because this one has a high possibility, and it's full. No. Let's do the 9-star of this then, because this will give charms, if I'm not mistaken. Hopefully it's not a manual quest too, because some of the manual quests can be a little bit of a Debbie Downer. Yeah, but I guess you found out something very vital about me. Dread is not a hugger. Dread does not like to get hugged. Dread's not really a hugger. He'll hug people if he's romantically linked to them. Alright. That's about the only time. Alright. Let's continue through here. Go up that way. Get that. I don't have to worry about hot drinks because I have adaptability, basically. So adaptability says I don't require hot drinks with this. Let's continue to push forward here. Got the auto movement. Oh, okay. Somebody fainted. That's unfortunate. I'm gonna probably use powders in this particular situation just to help my teammates out. I gotta go so far, though, Dread Knights. I can't kid you. Hi. Let's do this. Up a powder. Dude, I'm livid. Why are you livid? I'm trying to help you. If somebody carts, it's not that big of a deal. It's just, you know, it's part of the game. Sometimes people get so bent out of shape over stuff that's not, like, super important in this game. Is this the one I think it is? Yeah, let's not do that. Probably somebody didn't even know you could do that to that. Alright, let's trying to get... I think I can get this. I think I got the chest area a little bit there. I'm gonna roll just to get some protection. Okay, there we go. Did they get the mount off there? That would be kind of ideal here. Gotta get back into range here. Okay. This is the only area that I can realistically hit where I'm gonna do damage. Is the face area. So I just kind of got a pelt here. You wait, because that's a roll. Yeah, I took a lot of damage there that I didn't want to. I also got to get like a max potion up. Wait on that. Got a wound destroy there, perfect. I'm gonna max potion here. If I don't max potion, I need like extra health because I forgot to eat a base like a true champion. Ooh, somebody flash bomb there. I like it. But I'm still out of position. Gotta get back into position if I'm gonna... I can only really target the head area with a gun move. So I gotta just constantly stay towards the face area. And just keep pelting them. This team seems pretty good. So maybe they were heated just because they had like a BS attack happen to them. I don't know. Could be a possibility here, Dread Knights. Gonna keep pelting the face away. Nice, nice, nice. Good job. Trust the homies. Believe, believe. Do you believe the way that I believe in all of you, Dread Knights? Alright. Cool. Let's wait. Roll. And took a big amount of damage. The problem was the teammate kind of rolled in front of me too. But I think either way we were going to get a hit there, so it's not like I'm going to blame them too much. You gotta get back into range. I'm not in range yet, that's why. Gotta see the red circle to be in range. Obviously, I gotta be careful too. I got hit one hit. Oh, this is not looking too good. I gotta be honest with you. It was unexpected death. I am playing Gunner though. Gunner's a bit weaker. That's kind of a little bit of copium, but it's not. Let's see here. Alright. I don't know. I think probably we're gonna have a triple car here, which is fine. You can't win them all, right? And the thing is, I did powder too. Just like, ooh, he's hitting hard. So let's see if we reposition. Stream is good. I'm keep looking at my phone, and my phone keeps telling me stream's not. But we're in green. We're good. Okay. That's fine. Let's keep pushing this way. Thank everybody that was hanging out too. I do really push. Oh, yeah. Triple cart. All that for nothing. That guy Voodoo was kind of toxic. Like, this is not an easy content. It's pretty hard content. You know? Chill out. Relax. You know? Don't be toxic. Don't be toxic, but, you know? Sometimes people are really toxic in this game. The other thing too is like when you go into these particular hunts, the 9-star quests in particular, they hit really hard. So you have to have like your gear super maxed out and stuff. If you don't, you know, it becomes less than great. All right, on to the next one. I was kind of hesitant to do that one for that reason. But you know, we're just helping our people. I'm probably not doing like arch tempers today because I'm just trying to do a brain off and get more materials that I need. We could do Arch-Temper, but I have to play a different build that I don't necessarily... I don't want to play Greatsword today. Or Longsword, for that matter. Could not train Quest. Probably because Quest was already over. That's unfortunate, too, you know? That's kind of unfortunate. I don't want to play Master Duel. What about switching games if I can't get, like, a good amount of lobbies going, but... 9-star, 9-star, 9-star... Can't do GOG with this build. Oh, not the one I wanted. Let's do this then, Rodeo. Accept quest. Joining quest. The good thing is I restocked my items, so I don't have to worry about that. YouTube is being all sussy-wussy today, isn't it? On my phone, I know. If you're watching on the phone and you're having issue refresh, it's really not my internet. I'm looking to see. But I'm perfectly fine on OBS. I'm completely green, so it's if you're having an issue on mobile, I suggest maybe switching to desktop. Because we're good. We're in perfect green. Slay the raid out. Alright, nice. Let's do that. I don't think I have like a nerd base that's near here, so I'm just gonna have to go the long way. Let me see if I have a nerd base. It's so far away. I don't have a base near there, so I just gotta go the long way and hope they don't kill it by then. Because the thing is, too, like in this game, like the bases get destroyed after a while, which is kind of a bit of a nuisance. I never really cared for that aspect, because it's like if you're having me build like mini camps and mini bases, at least make them indestructible, as opposed to have to constantly going back and like surveying the area and rebuilding them. That's a bit of a tedious for me. I mean, that's my own personal pet peeve, though. There's like some stuff that Wilds does pretty good, and then there's some stuff that Wilds does much poorly compared to World. Alright. Reposition ourselves. Good. Again, I also just wanted to play Light Bowgun because it's like easy mode. Okay, got the part break. Because I just can kind of like hang back here and wait on this. Monsters that move quite a bit, though, do give a bit of a nuisance. So ideally, I want to constantly be targeting either the face area. Did they break apart? They did. Try to see if I can get that one. They broke it too, unfortunate. That's the one problem when you're not playing with like people you actually are on comms with too. Just gonna pelt the face away where I can. There's also like dodging with the gun, but I don't really have to do that type of dodging today. There's a part break over there. I might be able to get it. Ah. Overshot it just a little bit, Dread Knights. Alright, let's queue up for that. Reposition here. I would love to get that tail part. I think the dual blade user's gonna go for it before I have a chance. The air gunner went for it, maybe? No, dual blade user went for it. That's fine. I don't think it's gonna secure a KO here. Most likely not. Not even really a stun. Let's get the fire herb jelly. We haven't even had to use, like, half the stuff. I will make sure that I eat after this hunt, because I keep doing, like, handicap for no reason. Alright, auto move. We can also put the Rocksteady mantle up. I don't think that's really going to cause too much of an issue for us. Alright. We're just going to give chase to the monster. The dual blade user is very, 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 very interested in wanting to start that fight more. Somebody else started the fight? Who's he fighting with? Oh, he's fighting with the sword and shield user. I was hoping... Oh, no. Gun. I don't want longsword. Let's switch my weapon because I hit the opposite thing for weapon switch. I mean, I could use the longsword, but I don't really want to use it in this situation. Just want a gun. It's the best thing to do here. Yes. Come on. Come on, I know you want to fire off your rail gun. Come on, right now. Roll. Okay, wait on that. Reload. Continue to pelt away at the face. Good amount of damage. Nice. Continue to fire. Pelt away at that. Good. Roar, you're angry. I'm not afraid of you. Goodbye. So, sure put him in his place. See, sometimes you just gotta look at the monster and assert your dominance and say, I'm not afraid of you. See? Dread ain't afraid of anything. Okay, Ray Dow has... We got a couple carves. None of this is important. They're just stuff that I'm gonna feed to the guy that dismantles all that type of stuff. Come on, somebody back out. I don't want to be stuck here doing a whole bunch of things. Okay, there we go. I understand if you're all, like, you know, flexing and posing and stuff, but in this particular situation, we don't need to. Don't need to whatsoever. Okay, let's get these. Perfect. 355, nice. I will play, like, Master Duel again this week. I don't know, maybe tomorrow when Cool Tune comes out. Cool Tune technically comes out in Japan early in the day, afternoon. But it's not going to be here in America till, like, very late tonight. I don't know if I'm going to break up a deck to play Cool Tune. It depends if, like, Cool Tune gets released in full meta state. Because if it does, I'll probably just make it. I don't want to break up Branded again, though. I have a lot of fun with Branded, but I have a lot of ER that could be used for that. Let's do a 9-star Cuckoo. This might be insane with a gun, but let's challenge ourselves with a little bit more difficult content. What do you say, Dread Knights? Alright. Nice. This thing's gonna hit like a Mack truck. I'll just be honest with you. Like, this is gonna be very, very scary for us. Very, 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 very scary. It's gonna be a rough one. But I believe we could do it. Unless we walk into a group that has already carded a couple times, which is a possibility. You never necessarily know. It's taken a while, so just the fact that it's taken a while has me slightly concerned. I know it's not me. I'm perfectly green in OBS. Alright. Onward to victory. I don't remember the Cuckoo. That's what we're hunting. Yin Cuckoo. Level 9 one. Level 9 Yin Cuckoo is basically can kill us in one hit. So do your best there. I think tomorrow, yeah, probably Master Duel. Do I have a base that's close to there? I'm looking to see. I don't have any bases near there. That's crazy. That's a monster. Yeah, no, I gotta take the long route. I'm sorry, Dread Knights. I'm gonna have to, after this session, maybe go and look at bases. Because I think half my bases are not up anymore. It's kind of crazy. Where's the rest of my team? Did they leave? Nolly Molly? What is that screen name? Okay. This is one of those things I have to move like very far away from this thing and just pelt it from far away. Because I'm obviously a range user for this particular hunt. Oh, another range user. So we have a bow and arrow user. Where's the longsword user? maybe we can paralock it? It's looking like that. Alright, continue. Shoot a couple of these, perfect. A couple more. I want to get a better area for this. Roll, because I'm going to be in trouble for a while. See if we can get the part break that we need. I gotta wait for the gauge to rebuild. Let me roll here. Yeah, and Cuckoo's not too big of a problem, necessarily. Uh-oh. I was trying to hope that we could keep him within position here. That does not seem to be the case. Again, normally I'm not afraid of a Cuckoo, but this is a level 9 thing that can hit, like, crazy hard. So that's why. So I'm trying to play cautiously here. As is my teammate. We have a hunting horn user that is in close to death. Please don't die, hunting horn user. That would be very inconvenient for the group. Okay, let's continue to hold here. Continue to belt away. Let him reposition. Because if we come to him, he's just going to constantly move back. Or if case in point there. That's why sometimes you gotta anticipate the monster. Oh, I'm not sure. I think that was Gogmazios that saved us there. The skill. I think our thing is probably over by now. I don't want to, you know, waste too many of the rapid fire shots too, so I'm trying to stay within position. That was a good... I really like the bone arrow user. Bone arrow user is really good on this team. Tally-ho! Okay, the mantle looks like it's popped completely, so we don't have that crutch anymore. This is a 9 or 10 star Yen Cuckoo for those people coming in. Welcome, welcome, by the way. If you're not familiar with who I am, my name is Dread Escape Gaming, but most people just call me Dread. I'm a content creator, variety content. I do action RPGs like Monster Hunter. I do horror games like Dead by Daylight. I play a lot of TCGs as well. Some of my favorite TCGs are Against Better Judgment, Yu-Gi-Oh! Card game. I also like Magic the Gathering, although I don't play too much on the channel. On top of Magic the Gathering, the other TCG I really like is Pokemon TCG. I'm a big Pokemon fan. I'm not too happy about Pokemon Champions, though. I do play VGC from time to time as well. But I have heard negative things about Pokemon Champions today that kind of has my heart hurting quite a bit. Also, I apparently am a speedrunner of jury duty, because I went to jury duty today. First day, and they never called me, and they dismissed me at the end of the day. So apparently I have a speedrunning ability on jury duty. I also do actual speedruns, though, believe it or not, in video games. Some of the more famous speedruns I've done in the past are for a game by the name of Jaws NES. Usually do speedruns in about 5 to 4 minute clear times on a good day. I also can do Super Mario Bros. NES. Not super fast, but not super bad. Anywhere between 6 to 5 minutes. And there is another speedrun, but I can't really talk about that one because I don't want to give up too much information that might personally. But there is a speedrun that I have a very a certain record for it. I can't really talk about it on here, but because I don't want to necessarily flex things. So I do stuff like that of that nature. I have to do another speedrun stream. I haven't done one in a while. I think we're overdue for like another Jaws speedrun. If not, like maybe I should do something crazy like a... How many of you would probably ever have heard of an arcade game from 1982? It's called Kung Fu. Kung Fu is a game that you can not really end. It just keeps going. But there are people who can speedrun that game in the sense that they actually see like the actual end game for about 3 minutes. I used to be really good at the game because it's like a terrible game, first of all. It's not a good game. It's not a bad game either. It's one of those NES games that's just kind of, it's nice to play in short bursts. I used to be able to do it about 4 minutes. And I was kind of surprised because the speedrun time is not that high in it. It's actually a pretty easy, accomplishable speedrun because of how necessarily the game is easy to manipulate. That's the thing too, like I know there's a lot of people who hate speedrunners in general because they feel like, well, why aren't you playing the game from a natural way and stuff? And I've always been fascinated doing things. Like when I speedrun things, I generally don't use glitches, but there are people, and there's nothing wrong with the glitch things too. Like if you do it your way, right? Like for example, Super Mario 64. I don't know how many people know, but there's a staircase glitch where you can basically, after a certain point in the game, I think it's like 35 stars or something, you can actually do backwards long jump. to get through the 2 Bowser staircases to just, like, finish the game super quickly, where you can, like, fight Bowser as long as you don't screw up that stage. So stuff like that is, like, I don't care for those type of glitches, but I respect people who can do them. Alright. You know? Like, if you do backwards lung jump to do it that way as a speedrun, you know, it's fine by the speedrun, but I don't like glitch speedruns, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I like speedruns that are just natural speedruns, where you just were really quick and you didn't do anything to manipulate the game state. I feel like it's taking us forever to get to this Yin Cuckoo. At least I don't feel so bad, because it looks like my teammate's here already, but the Yin Cuckoo isn't actually here yet. Should we do something silly? I could put down a trap. That's not what I want to do. Let's put a pitfall down. Just in case. I don't have a bomb I can put down. Why did you do that? Literally, a pit trap was right there. He flash bombed way too late. Makes me so mad. It's okay. Don't panic, Dreadknights. Don't panic. I just had a pitfall trap literally here. I don't know if my teammate was maybe trolling there or really just misjudged. I felt like I just wasted a pitfall trap. Let's see if I can get the part break. Alright, I'm gonna go back into rapid fire. Give me a second. Okay, good. Perfect. You know, so it's always kind of interesting because people are like, why can't you enjoy the game? Stop speedrunning. A lot of the games I do speedrun, when I do them, are games that, like, I grew up with, or I played, you know. I came from a family of gamers. Let's go. Good work. I came from a family of gamers, so they've been gaming for many, and I mean many years. So I kind of picked up on it, although I'm technically probably the best gamer in my family, because it's just fun. And the other thing is, like, when I think I told this story on stream before, when I play video games, when I was growing up, I didn't have a lot of time to play them, and a lot of the video games that I played were games that were before a save feature, right? So there was no save feature for these games. So a lot of the time, like, I could only play on weekends. I couldn't play during the week. So what would happen is I would have to run through the game as quick as I could to beat it, to be able to enjoy it and stuff on the weekends. And, you know, I had, like, limited time to do these things. And so that's kind of how I kind of got into the habit of speedrunning video games, because I had to do it as a kid. So when you're trying to do things super fast and super quick as a kid, those things kind of stay with you as an adult. And I've never really looked back since then. It's kind of fun. I have friends who do speedruns all the time, which is cool. You know, I wish more people could appreciate the art of speedrunning. And not, like, be like, oh, these people have no lives when they do it. Because it's kind of, like, when I see stuff like that, it does hurt my feelings a little bit. You know? Because I don't make fun of people for the stuff that they are able to do successfully or enjoy. So I always kind of just wish that people wouldn't do the same for me. You know? But it's... And that's not meant as a dig. That just means, you know, it's wishful thinking. You know? It'd be like that sometimes. Give me 1 second, Dreadknights. I want to check something. We'll continue. I'm going to go till 8 today. So this is a 2-hour stream. Just so you know. It might be a little bit under 8, so please pardon. Phone is really acting up today. Alright. On to the next one, shall we, Dreadknights? Shall we, Dreadknights? Tempered New Udra, that could be fun. I say that and then watch, like, a whole bunch of cards happen. Be not so cool. I mean, I'm not complaining. If we cart, we cart. I'm not, like, stressing it. Like some other people do. Some people really gets, like, super bent out of shape of those things. Which I never understood. Like, why get bent out? If you cart, you cart. It's fine. You know? When you're playing SOS and, you know, hunts and stuff, you never know the players you're playing with. Some people are playing Monster Hunter Wilds for the first time. Some people are just, you know, chilling and vibing. Everybody kind of has, like, a fun time just kind of hanging out. That's how I always look at it with Monster Hunter. Just chill. Just relax. That's why I'm, like, jumping. I like to help people, too. That's, like, a big thing of mine. Because I've done it so many years on the channel. I know a lot of people were asking, because I used to do, like, video game guides and stuff here on the channel, particularly for Monster Hunter, if I would ever do Monster Hunter Wilds. The issue with Monster Hunter Wilds, particularly for me, is that the only two armors that are really useful in this game are the final two armors that they've introduced. That being Gagmazaios, and that being the Arch-Tempered Velkhana armor. Or not Velkhana armor, excuse me, Arc Volt armor. So, like, everything else is, like, not really worth really rocking in terms of, like, damage output. Because it's really, those armors give you the most gem sockets, and then with the gem sockets, you continue to add things to that. Let me see if I could try to go for a mount as a gunner. I missed. I whiffed that one terribly bad. It's fine. Did somebody else get the mount? Somebody else got the mount. They stole my mount. That's fine. I'm not worried about that. Why would I be worried about that? I'm not molding. You're the ones molding your knights. Yeah, but, you know. It's also kind of interesting, because I will tell you, and this is not a dig, keep that in mind, I feel like there's a difference in terms of, like, PC lobbies for Monster Hunter Wilds, as well as, like, Monster Hunter World. Like, if you're in a lobby with a whole bunch of PC players, like, if you miss a certain damage rotation, or you don't bring in a weapon that everybody wants you to use, like, if it's not a metagame weapon, they will throw you out of the rooms super quickly. And they will be, you know, a little bit toxic, a little bit elitist with their things. Like, I'll give you an example. Last week we were playing Dual Blades, right? And I was doing very well with Dual Blades, but because Dual Blades, you know, obviously are a damage per second weapon, and on top of that, they're not necessarily, like, S tier in this particular game. They're actually kind of bottom tier. People like to kick those people out of the lobbies. Another thing that always is, like, super baffling for me is the fact that people will kick, like, bow and arrow users. I understand the frustration, too, because with bow and arrow users, a lot of time the reason why people will kick them, I'm not saying you should, is because they're not within critical distance. For example, critical distance, like when you shoot the bow and arrow, the screen completely shake. Case in point here, as a light bow gun user, I have to hit, like, the critical weak spots. I have to be within the range where you see that red circle in the crosshair. If it's not doing optimal amount of damage that it could be doing. So some people, you know, that are on PC, if they see that you're not doing certain things of this nature, they will throw you out of the room for that. Which is kind of sucks, man, right? Because, like, let just everybody chill. And people have to learn the game that way, too, you know? I took a little bit of a hit here. I got a Mega Potion here. What we should do is we should probably not Mega Potion in front of him like that. And yet I did it. Because I am a dum-dum. I could also do some powders here to kind of help them, but I really don't feel like we should just yet. Oh, this is normal ammo. I don't want to do that. Let's go to Pierce. Again. And we'll do this. Pierce gives us a little bit more value. But he's not burned now, right? So not burned, there's not too many areas we can hit him. Let's see if I can go for the part break there. I missed. No, I hit it. Okay, never mind. I stand corrected. I could actually judge the distance there. You know, too. It's also very interesting, like, how Monster Hunter has changed over the years. Because for the people who don't know, I have been playing Monster Hunter since Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. And then I went back to play Monster Hunter Tri Ultimate. But I've been playing since 4 Ultimate, which was a very long time ago. 4 Ultimate is, like, one of my favorite games of all time. Like, if I can honestly play it on stream, I would love to. But the problem with that is it's very difficult to get a 3DS set up. To play it legally, let me put it that way. Because I've seen people stream Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, but they're not doing it the legit way. And I try to, obviously, keep things as legit as possible and as authentic of an experience, you know? Obviously, for various different reasons, because it's kind of frowned upon to do that thing. You know, certain things. I don't want to say exactly what certain things. Everybody's going to have a difference of opinion on that. But I try to mostly. So for you, I've been playing a long time. Okay. Let's hold this. Wait on that. Good. Let's roll back if we can. Continue to hit that area. Gotta wait for the... Hold on. Okay. Not within critical range distance again. Just let me get back into rotation here. Can probably hit the head here. Got a decent amount of things. I will go into rapid fire again. I just was waiting. Because I don't want to do it too crazy. Thank you, Gugman's IOS armor. It's like a get out of jail ticket free. Literally. Just one. And then when you pair it with... Should probably not stand in that corner anymore. I think Udra is not happy with me poking him in the eye a whole bunch of times. He does not like gunners confirmed. That's okay. If I were a giant monster and I was getting poked in the eye constantly, I would probably Not like that either. I am cornered. Please don't eat me. I'm just a little guy, literally. Please don't eat me. I'm literally just a little guy. I'm literally just a little guy. We survived their Dread Knights. But at what cost? Or sanity? No. Okay, good. Not a bad hunt either. All these hunts have been pretty chill, relaxed, which is the most important thing for me. Just chilling and vibing. Monster Hunter Tri is also a really fun game, too. I know a lot of people don't like underwater combat, but I for one, actually think it's pretty engaging. Like, I'm surprised because I was talking to a whole bunch of people on various different, like, Discords and stuff about Monster Hunter Lagia when they brought back Lagia Crest, for those who don't know. And, oh, okay. I mean, I was probably going to set a bomb there, but that's okay. I mean, who needs to sleep on Monster? Just shaved off a little bit of time there, but it's okay. Not my hunt, right? I'm just here to help. Roar! You're angry. I got it. You're angry. Take a chill pill. I don't know how I didn't get hit from that. Literally, I was supposed to get hit there. I'm gonna roll back because he's doing the triple attack. The other thing about Monster... Oh, it's dead. Okay. GG's. Another successful hunt then. New Udra. Tempered one. Complete. Arch-Tempered one of this is a nightmare to fight, though. I will be honest with you. We should probably take some mining crops while we're here. Is it in front of me? It is not. Where is it? How far away is it? Oh, they're over there. Yeah, let's farm some ore. We need it. Okay. This is a good opportunity to get a whole bunch of rare items, too. Firestone, Light Crystal. Okay, Fire Cell Storm. I don't mind that. Those are some pretty decent options. Got Light Crystal, Dragonite Ore. Dragonite Ore again? Okay, perfect. Nice. Nice chill hunts today, Dread Knights. Nice chill hunts. We got a whole bunch of parts, too, so we can do some rolling on artisan weapons, too, which is kind of why I'm doing the stuff that I'm doing today. Just kind of preparing. Because I have, like, a whole bunch of weapons I have to max out and min-max for in this game. An Arch-Temper Hunt would be fun to do, but the problem with that is a lot of the people in SOS are not generally ready. Like, we could try to do this one, but it's a manual accept, so they were not going to allow a gunner in. That's the problem with those. We could do this for charms. I know I'm, like, farming the same monsters, but these are, like, the most effective monsters to get more, like, talismans. These are, like, the best ones to do it with. Which is why I do them, too. For those of you who don't know. A lot of fun hunts today, though. We haven't had a very bad one. I mean, there was one cart, but I don't stress the results. A long time ago, Dread would stress the results for stuff like that, but we're just chilling and vibing. Thriving and surviving, I suppose. Alright, cool. Let's see here. We're gonna jump this way. Continue to push over this way. Oh, by the way, if you haven't checked out the new YouTube short that I put out, I did put out a YouTube short. I had extra footage of Dead by Daylight, because after stream I did play a little bit of Dead by Daylight. So I ran into a Leatherface that was very, very relentless and wanted to constantly chase us. And we did our best Sonic the Hedgehog impersonation by saying he's too slow and he couldn't catch up with me. It did really well, ironically, on TikTok. But it also got people angry at TikTok because they're like, God, all the pre-dropping of pallets, what's wrong with you? Against Leatherface, what they didn't really notice from the video is that the reason I was pre-dropping pallets, it's Leatherface, and Leatherface was revving his chainsaw. So if I don't pre-drop the pallets, so that Leatherface either has to constantly chainsaw them down or kick them, which slows him down from basically just chasing me in a straight line. You know, it was the most effective thing to do against Leatherface. It's always funny because, like, I'll see people make some weird critiques in Dead by Daylight of people's gameplay, but a lot of the times when they make these critiques, it's critiques that are not, like, necessarily valid. Like, a lot of times people just want to clown on the killer and do these, like, crazy loops and stuff. When I'm running gens, my point of running gens is not to make or be trolly against the killer. It's to run them in a path that will guarantee and ensure that my teammates can do at least 2 or 3, maybe even 4 gens. There is more footage that I have that I will hopefully get to show sometime in the not too distant future, maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow morning, in which I also went against a Wesker. And the Wesker decided that he was literally going to chase me for the whole entire match without ever hooking me. And you know what ended up happening? I ran him for basically 4 gens. Oh, that kind of sucks because I was going for the same thing. Thanks. So basically what ended up happening was the Wesker chased me for 5 gens, only got to hook me once. Everybody got out. So, you know, as a killer, sometimes you can't really do that. Like, people have this weird instinctual thing in Dead by Daylight, which I don't understand, to just, like, tunnel one person out and single target. And against bad groups, I'm not going to say that, like, against bad groups, 90% of the time that is going to work during nights. Bad groups, and you tunnel everybody out, it's going to work. But against a good group that knows who your zero targeting is, chances are they're just either going to let that homie, you know, meet his gruesome fate and will just, like, pop 3 or 4 or even 5 gens, you know? I noticed particularly with the Blood Moon event, like, there was a lot of tunneling and camping. I'm actually kind of in the mood to play Dead by Daylight, I gotta be honest with you, off stream. I thought about playing it today, but I was like, I don't have, like, the mental capacity to commentate on stream and play Dead by Daylight. And I was like, I'm tired too, so, like, I gotta... Monster Hunter, I know, like, some of these hunts are kind of hard, and I'm kind of clowning around right now. But I can kind of deal with Monster Hunter today, because it's not, like, a super hard thing for me to do. He's dropping that. Okay. I thought he was going for the mega attack here. Let me do a couple things, give them a little bit of bust so we can make this go a little bit quicker. And then I'm going to see if I can also eat a ration because we're kind of low on stamina. Eat another stamina one. Alright. This will also give me an opportunity to reset this so I can go back into rapid fire. Kind of a little bit of a reset, but it's actually wise for us to do that. I don't want the monster to get enmity on me, though. It looks like he's trying to. This is why I use also Evade Extender level 4 for this particular situation. I'm just gonna hank here. I don't really have anything else that I can buff, so we'll just kind of chill here. Oh, they're signaling for people to get behind rocks. That's kind of cute. I haven't actually seen people do that too much. But, you know, we might have somebody who's never done that, necessarily, right? Somebody gave a thanks. That's nice and wholesome. Love to see that in the Monster Hunter community. Reload here. And switch to rapid fire when I have a second. I just don't want to waste bullets. We have such a limited amount of rapid fire that we can do. And since he's moving all over the place, I don't like what he's doing, so I'm going to move back a bit so I don't get caught in something. I won't have range for the weapon. That's fine. Oh, he's going to chase me after. Oh, he wants me. He wants me so bad for nights. Do you really want to hurt me? Do you really want to make me cry? I don't know if I could sing the rest of that without getting DMCA'd, so I probably should stop. World's Worst Karaoke Volume 3. I did kind of joke about it with Sister Dread, but it is something that is planned for either the first day of summer or maybe it'll be like either that Monday back from the first day of summer or right before the first day of summer, and we just close out spring, the karaoke. But I am planning to do another karaoke stream. I already have some songs I really want to sing. Terribly, mind you. Alright, so I definitely have enmity. It's kind of unfortunate. Let's get tier 0 target in. He wants me. He wants me so bad. Actually, he really does want me, because if you see the red icon, that just means that I've done the most damage of the team. So the monster, this particular one, Jin Dahad, is going to continue to 0 target me. You want me so bad? Forget me. He doesn't. He's still targeting me. Okay, that's cool. See what happens. Peep around and find out, as the saying goes. I looked away at screen for a second, which is kind of silly of me to do. I'm trying to be big and bad for my britches here. Let's reset. Oh, somebody a little woozy. Somebody got a para. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Or did they set a trap? No, looks like somebody has a para weapon. Gotta love it. Oh, we have a Korean hunter with us. I did put worldwide. I don't see too many Korean hunters, so isn't it like late in the day for them? Or maybe not. Okay. Alright, alright. I mean, Korean hunters and Monster Hunter are really cracked out. Like, I'll kid you not. Like, the next best hunters compared to, like, Japanese. I always love hunting with the overseas bros, too, because they're always great. Let me wait on this. Roll. How many cards was that? Was it 2 people that died just now, or just 1? Not that it's like a, oh man, you card type of situation. I just need it for information, because I might have to play a little bit more cautiously. Particularly since I'm a gunner, and I'm basically, like, paper thin defenses. And this thing has enmity on me still. I should probably move from this area. Yes, I should. Hi! It still wants me so bad. Man, I wish this thing was committed to me. This thing's committed to me more than, you know what, other things. Okay, I'm gonna stop making that cheesy joke. I'm just playing around. Don't pay any attention to this tired person today. I had jury duty. But I don't have jury duty tomorrow. I've been excused. Because they never called me in, which was kind of silly. Yeah, no, I understand. Oh, we got it. Maybe clang around was the right figure. Good job to everybody. A good team. Well oiled. Good work. That was a level 9 Shindahad. It's not the Arch-Temper one, but we did this because we're trying to do some charm farming. This is a very easy monster to charm farm, too. Just because his attack patterns are very telegraphed compared to some of the Earthings that you can. Some people like Arcvold. Arcvold is not necessarily a bad one to do, but you need, like, the Arcvold with the... Not the Chatacabra, as it's called. Fun fact, the Chatacabra is actually a relative to the Tetsukabra. The Tetsukabra was first introduced in Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. Tetsukabra is actually one of my favorite monsters. I was kind of hoping he was going to be in Wilds. Maybe when we do get the expansion eventually, because obviously Monster Hunter team right now is focused on promoting Monster Hunter Stories free, but they are actually already in development of the expansion. I can't tell you what's in the expansion, even if I knew. Which maybe is implying something or not. I don't know. I won't tell you. I'm sworn to secrecy, plus NDAs do exist. But there is, the expansion is currently being worked on. They did say that they were going to give more details in the summer. I would say for people who are really big Monster Hunter fans, look somewhere around the Summer Games Fest to see probably like a teaser. I don't think you're going to get like an actual announcement date. But I suspect probably, since Wild had a March release, I'd think maybe we could see the expansion of Wilds. It depends how currently far in development it is, right? So if it's not a teaser trailer and it's a full-on trailer at Summer Game Fest, which I'm assuming is where they're going to show it, and we should probably get like a fall release date for it. If, however, it's a teaser trailer where it's not a full trailer for the expansion, I'm probably more optimistic that it'll probably be somewhere closer to a March release. Which seems probably more likely in terms of Monster Hunter, because you have to remember, this is not a dig. Also, keep in mind when I say this, I don't say this to be, like, negative, or to be mean, or to be critical, or to dunk on it. But Wilds, it's very well documented, did not release in a very optimized state, and it's much better now after all these patches that they've done, but it could be a lot better, right? So I would assume, since optimization is one of the things that they're mentioned about the expansion, there's a high likelihood that they're going to take a lot longer than just the full to make sure that when they release the expansion, that they have ways to fully, truly optimize it. Now, another thing that people will probably forget is if you didn't play Monster Hunter World on PC, and you just jumped straight into it years later with Iceborne, World did not release in a great state on PC either. It wasn't until they got the expansion of Iceborne that World really started to get better on the PC. So, like, I understand there's some people who are very, very new to Monster Hunter, that maybe Wilds was the first one, maybe Sunbreak was the first one, maybe they bought Iceborne and never really went through the ups and downs of Iceborne, which is fine, I understand that. But, like, if you've been playing PC Monster Hunter, which just started really with World and Iceborne, it didn't start in a great state, so I'm kind of expecting the same treatment with Wilds. We were kind of fortunate that Sunbreak we didn't have those problems, but again, Sunbreak is basically just a port of a Switch game. So it's very hard to mess up the port of the Switch game because it doesn't run on, you know, a very high intensive engine. It runs on the RE engine, but it's not like how these games in particular are trying to push like the limits of the RE engine, and particularly Wilds didn't release in necessary best state. I'm very hopeful the expansion it gets much better. I like Wilds as a game. Don't get me wrong. I think Wilds is fun. I do like the roster. I particularly like the fact that there's a lot of squid-like monsters in the game. You know? Because there's so many different squid monsters. Like, I think New Udra is probably arguably one of the best designed monsters in Monster Hunter Wilds. I think also, like, if we're just talking about Wilds exclusive monsters, I don't think we're going to find one on the list. But, this one. Yeah, there it is. There it is. This one here, too, Zuwu, I think is amazing in terms of the monster design and how the battles flow out. I also have a soft spot for Labarena. Labarena is also the spider monster. I think it's a very lovely looking battle. I just am a little bit underwhelmed by it. You know, so those things kind of really matter to me. Also, Arcvold is kind of a fun fight. I'm not going to say it's a bad fight, because it is a truly fun, engaging content type of fight. It is. I think he's one of the well designed. There's some very well designed new monsters in the cast. I just was kind of hoping we were going to get a lot more returning favorites, because obviously it's no secret that the lead developer of this is basically the guy who did Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, which is why we have so many different things for Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate in it. Like, they brought back Kangala. They brought back Seregios. Seregios was the flagship for Monster Hunter 4. You know? People don't know. Before, like, we got Ultimate, which gave us, obviously, I don't want to spoil things, but, like, Seregios was the base monster that was the big threat in Monster Hunter 4 before Ultimate. Then Ultimate came out and it changed things a bit more. And then we had, obviously, the whole Gore, I guess it's a super old game at this point, Shigura Magala, which was, like, the big main focus of it. And stuff of that nature. Okay, let's get the herbs. We took a shortcut. It was an unintentional shortcut, but it worked in our favor. I'm gonna pop some powders here. Just so I be a good homie. Be a good teammate. Give everybody the buffs that they need. The buffs that they crave. So I suspect, you know, we'll see some stuff. There's also the Monster Hunter World Championships, which would be kind of fun to see them actually unveil the expansion there. I don't think that's going to be the case, though. I'm thinking more likely Summer Game Fest at this point. I'm really thinking teaser, and I'm not thinking fall deadline. I'm thinking closer to, like, I'd be shocked if it's holiday season. I think probably March, and it'll probably do it for, like, right when the anniversary of Monster Hunter Wilds comes out, to be like, hey, look, we fixed it, it's better. Please play our game, please buy our expansion. You know, that seems more logical for me, in terms of, like, the actual game itself. And again, I like Wilds. I like the combat. I think the combat's pretty fun. I know a lot of people kind of complain that, like, it's a little bit too streamlined for them. You know, it's a little bit easier than older games. I know, you know, obviously I played old school Monster Hunter. Those games were much harder. But you gotta understand that, like, when you're trying to appeal to a broader market, some of those things are gonna kind of change. And, you know, those days of, like, having to be in a lobby where, like, if you decided to solo a monster and it was scaled for 4 people and it had extra XP and you like those challenging things, that's not what Monster Hunter is becoming. Monster Hunter as a franchise is trying to become accessible to a whole bunch of people so that they can enjoy it. They don't have to spend as much time on the game, like min-maxing and stuff. If they don't want to, they can just pop in and enjoy the content and stuff like that. And I think that's kind of important for Monster Hunter in general. A lot of people will complain. I'm going to roll into the arm so that I don't get hit by that. That is kind of important for longevity, because here's the thing. Monster Hunter, before, like, it started doing all these quality of life things to make it a more streamlined experience for newer hunters that maybe have never touched the game and would have been afraid. Let me see if I can... I roll out of that? Okay, nice. That's kind of gutsy to do, because I just did that with a light bow gun, where I could have been, like, super quick doing that. Me flexing a little bit, maybe. I am warmed up with the light bow gun by this point. For those of you who are wondering, I'm definitely warmed up at this point. We gotta build back up our gauge. That's fine. Alright. I still haven't eaten at base. I keep going into these hunts with handicaps. Oh, that's fine. This is a 9-star Arcvold, for those who are wondering. Auto movement, please. Okay. Just that way I don't have to push a whole bunch of buttons, because I'm a little bit tired at this point. I had a very long day. Thanks, everyone that popped in. Lurked. I do greatly appreciate that. Tomorrow, I don't know where I'm going to play. I'm going to refix the schedule now that we're not doing jury duty. Probably you get Master Duel Cool Tune. To be determined. Maybe another chill Master Duel stream. Hopefully it'll be chill. The last one kind of annoyed me. I'm sorry that I cursed a whole bunch in it. Because I did curse like 3 times, which YouTube don't like. But the reason I cursed was just because like there were people that were coming in stream sniping. It was obvious that they were doing it. Because they kept coming in to peek at the hand and then like immediately leaving. And I know when I'm being stream sniped because it's like they take a very long time. And then a viewer will come in and they'll immediately leave. So they're like trying to check for information as your hand as to what plays you're going to make. Which is annoying. I know our streamers don't like call stream snipers out in Master Duel, but I like to. Because, you know, I want the game to be fun for everybody. Like, I want a match of Yu-Gi-Oh! To feel like I'm not going against Maximilian Pegasus, right? That's just, like, unfair to me. Who's just, like, trying to play the game and have fun as a streamer, and then you're like, oh, well, you know what? You know, it'd be really funny if we could see his whole entire hand right now. That's not cool to me. That's not engaging. That's not fun. You know? And, I mean, like, if you went to a casino and the dealer was constantly cheating because they knew, like, every hand that you were going to get dealt. Not saying that that does happen, but it does potentially happen. Like, would you... Oop, hold that thought. We got caught in that attack, but I don't want to... Obviously, you need iframes to save me there. You know, would you want the dealer to be able to kind of, like, know every hand that you're going to get and know when you're going to lose? And like, no, you wouldn't. If you were playing, like, cards in real life poker... You wouldn't want, like, your opponent to know what your hand is, right? You'd be pretty angry and upset over it. You would feel cheated, especially if, like, there was money on the line or something, like, super important, right? So I look at things that way. It's not fun to do that. It's not fun when you're streaming a game and then people do that. I understand you can't stop it and everything. And, like, even if I put, like, a higher stream delay on, which I already do, I have, like, a pretty good one. I don't want to say exactly how much of a stream delay I have. You know, it would still not really solve the problem because somebody could just, like, take their time and wait to catch up to see. This is not fortunate for me because it put me in an area where I can't get the yellow numbers. Yellow numbers are, like, super important right now, right? Alright, good. Continue to go Pew Pew Jutsu here. Pew Pew Jutsu. Be nice. Let's evade. He's gonna go for that opponent. Or teammate, excuse me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna... Oh, somebody got carded there. That's okay. This monster, not as bad as the Arch-Temper version. Arch-Temper version completely ducks on everybody. We'll hold our position here. It's not gonna be super hard. The one thing is, my teammates are giving like a whole bunch of offsets, which is great, but it's also kind of backing me into a corner. So I'm gonna have to do a reposition here. I want to be able to survive. Yeah, like they keep knocking them into me. Because it's a Lance user. Okay, that makes sense. I'm going to kind of stick to the face area then. Are we going for the capture? Okay. That wasn't bad. That was smooth, too. That was a good one. Tell you, Japanese hunters. Japanese hunters are cracked. Korean hunters, too, are really cracked at this game as well. Good? Good group. Can't complain. That was another really fun one. I had a lot of fun time. Mostly very good, well-oiled hunts today. I can't complain. These were great hunts. They were fun. You know? We'll do a little bit more. I have time for... I have like a half hour left. So we can do a couple more. And then Dread's gonna kind of rest for the rest of the night. I'm gonna drop like a YouTube short. I'll probably drop something for Monster Hunter related. So I feel like we have some decent content. Fire Attack 2, that's not good. Opening Shot 2, Focus, that's terrible. Dragon Attack 1, Fire Resistance 3, that's terrible. That's kind of a reverse of the talisman I'm using right now, which is kind of ironic. Let's see here. We got Blast Attack 2, Load Shells, Bombardier. That's terrible. Like, Blast is kind of okay, but Guard Up, I have a Guard Up for it. Let's see. Stench Resistance? You rarely run into Stench in this game. There's only, like, one monster that can truly do it. That being Kongala. So, would I really, you know, use that? No, definitely not. Something though. It's something. It's something. Alright. I mean, it's not great talismans. Well, that work we did. That's fine. We're gonna continue, like, try to do charm farming with the 9-star monsters for a little bit more. Probably, I would say, by my estimate, we could do maybe, like, 2 or 1 more. And then we'll be, like, out for the day. Why are people doing hungry for ore? The problem is, if I do this quest, it's not as a gunner. Like, unless they break the weak spots on it, it's not going to be, like, super significant. I'll jump into it. I'll just do it for the sake of argument. For the vibes, for the chill. Because, like, there's no other 9-star quest, so... At least we could get, like, a decent amount of loot. That would be, like, most beneficial here. At least looking at it from my perspective. I need a sip of hydration, though. I'm sorry if I'm a little bit quiet or a little bit less, like... super engaged today. Again, at 6 a.m. morning. And I'm just, like, I don't want to miss stream. We have a responsibility to have content today. Alright. Let's drop down. Hi. Are we fighting this one first? Just so I know for my own sake. Oh, they're both here. Okay. I might not use Pierce here. Might try and do normal. Oh, normal's doing less damage, so I will have to use Pierce. Alright, so much for that idea. Rawr, special beam cannon fire. The problem is, there's something that I would love to do against this thing. Okay, there's it. Did that break the back, though? It's having this. The problem is with this particular monster, all my bullets literally bounce off of him until, like, actual part's broken. I would love to get, like, part breaker here, but I don't have, like, part breaker in this build because it's not really something you usually use for gunning. But part breaker would be kind of helpful here. I'm assuming this is still the monster we're all targeting. Do you think they would rage quit out of this? Ah, I got the part break there. Let me roll out of the way. I mean, we should probably use the gate. I know it's not my hunt, so I can't, like, I'm just here to help. That was a well-timed flash bomb. You are Gucci, fam. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Okay, they got the monster mounted here. Am I really just gonna... Woo, thank you, Gogmazaios armor. Can't really do that one because unfortunately it takes way too long for me to target. Alright, let's continue. Okay, good amount of damage. Good amount of damage. Let's continue to shoot here. Nice. I'm just gonna stay here. I'm trying to get the part break, in case you're wondering. Oh my goodness! He literally came out of nowhere there. Keep your monster to yourself. You should probably use a gate here. Please. Please use a gate. Please use a gate. Alright, let's bring it down. It's very important. Come on. I believe. Do you believe in me the way that I believe in you? This one's gonna be pure chaos. And not in the fun way. It's okay. Not too worried, Knights. Alright. Let's continue to fill the gauge here if we can. Bad. Okay. Let's go. Oh my goodness. Did you see that bee, man? Oh man, we gotta use a gate at some point. Please, somebody use the gate. Everything's gonna bounce until, like, an actual part of this breaks. That's the sad part, too. Please use a gate. Please use a gate. Please use a gate, teammates. Please. I don't even mind getting locked in with one of them, as long as we use a gate, so that there's not 2 of them here. Hey, guys, we should really use the gate feature. Just saying. Just saying. It'll make it go a little quicker. We could just separate them, divide and conquer, literally. Let's use this right now. I'm doing an executive decision. Okay, I guess I'm all alone with this Gravios. That might be the worst possible thing. Maybe they can do their thing and I'll just keep it, you know, at bay. Alright, broke that. I mean, I don't have to worry. I got infinite ammo. Just a matter of doing more damage because unfortunately we won't get a yellow number till I break something. Hi. Hey, somebody came to join me. Good job, Jay. Nice, nice, nice. The power of a duo squad right now. Let's do this, alright? For the greater good. I don't know what we get for this, because this is an event quest. It says, like, ore. I hope it's not, like, just a whole bunch of, like, materials for level up, because I definitely don't need any of that. I'm not afraid of you. I can keep, just, like, pew-pewing you in the face here. Did you get parried? Aw, you did. That gives me an idea. Reload. Where's parried? Maybe we can get, like, KO down there. I'm not gonna waste any... Well, I don't have any more to waste anyway. Okay. Sticky ammo did not work in that situation, but that's fine. For the greater good, Dread Knights, for the greater good. Might give us a roll. Wait on that. Okay. That gate's about to come down too, so we're gonna have to focus on that. Holy crap, stop beaming from there. What are you doing? Chill out, Gravios. I'm not afraid, really, of this thing. I just want the part break in the chest. Once that hits... once that part break happens on the chest, this thing is not gonna survive. It's gonna get pelted to, like... let's do this. Break that back! Come on! Okay. Didn't break the back exactly. It's okay, it's okay. I'm not molding. You're the ones molding, Dread Knights. I'm not molding. You're the ones molding. I really don't want to switch to a longsword, but I might have no choice here. This is taking too long this way. Executive decision time. Switch to longsword. I don't remember which longsword, though, this is. This might be the blast one. Oh, okay. That was not cool. That's fine. That's what I get for then just going straight melee, because I'm tired of, like, waiting around for this thing's armor to break. Come on. Where are you going now? I switched the weapon, and then all of a sudden you want to be over there? Okay, let's do this. Ah, that flinch. I always hate when that flinch happens right when I'm about to do a damage rotation, but hey, it's part of the game. You can't get, like, super... I probably shouldn't have looked at chat that second. I'm sorry. I'm not blaming you. It's my own fault. Alright. This is getting too dicey for longsword right now. I'm gonna reposition and start PPing again. Gotta wait for that gate to... I can play longsword, it's just there's two monsters and they're just gonna be all over the place. Case in point there, I haven't had really a good situation to reposition. Okay. I don't want spread, that's useless right now. Please, break that chest, I'm begging you, hunters. The melee hunters, please. Dodge. Okay. Come on. I don't play exclusively light bowgun for new people who are here. Usually, I play greatsword, longsword, insect glaive. But the problem is, I just wanted to play something different because I'm a little bit low on energy. So I had a very long morning. So I wanted to just kind of turn my brain off, which I could do with light bowgun for the most part. This particular hunt, though, unless they start breaking things, it's gonna take a long time to get through these things. Oh no. Okay. New plan. We can't be super aggro right now. I'm not trying to custom a cart because I would feel bad if we start carting here. I will continue to hold here. Oh man. You know, my apartment's like super hot today too because it was like cold outside. Like, man, has it been hot. I have the fan on, so if you hear like a little bit of a... I don't have AC on right now. Obviously, it's not really truly AC weather, but it's really hot because of the heat. Which is kind of funny because I'll be honest with all of you. A couple years back, I had a problem with my apartment complex where they refused to give us adequate heat. So much so that they had to, like, call inspectors and stuff. I don't live in a dinky apartment, keep that in mind. I live in a pretty upscale area apartment. It's a small apartment, though. I always make the joke that I live in Harry Potter's closet. That is not really a joke. That's really what I do. I'm living in Harry Potter's closet, literally. Waiting for one day for them to say, "You're a wizard, Harry!" And then, like, come and save me. I know a lot of people probably don't like Harry Potter anymore because of, obviously, a lot of stuff that's happened with it. Like, when I was at jury duty today, I was watching, like, the television screen, too. And ironically, like, apparently there's a Harry Potter... They're remaking the Harry Potter movies, or is that a Harry Potter TV series? Because I saw the commercial for it, I'm like, why are we remaking Harry Potter? It's like, HBO Max presents Harry Potter and the Chambers of Secrets. I'm like, why are we remaking this? Is this necessary? Like, the Harry Potter movies that were done by, I believe the director's name was Christopher Columbus, were good movies. Like, there's nothing that you should change about them. Like, none of them were bad. Like, maybe you could say some of the later ones kind of dragged a little bit because they obviously made them into two parts. And I think they probably could have gone away with, like, doing 4-hour Harry Potter movie and stuff. But, you know, like, is it necessary? Like, I was talking to Sister Dread about this the other day. I feel like if you're going to remake something, whether it's a movie or a television series or anything of that nature, you only should remake it if the previous product was terrible. Same thing with songs. I feel the same thing with songs, too. Like, you shouldn't remake a song unless a song is, like, really, really bad and you're trying to improve over the original one. Which I'm not saying about covers, because people sing covers all the time. But I've seen people who have literally remade a song and changed, like, the lyrics around and stuff of it because they felt like the original was bad, which it wasn't. These are, like, classic songs. But, like, when it comes to movies and televisions, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Like, the only honest remake that I've seen in a very long time that has been good, and I'll use the term good very loosely, I like the Friday the 13th remake, because it actually kind of got Jason's characterization right. Where Jason is just this, like, unstoppable killing machine that will go into great lengths to do something. That was an okay remake. Anybody seen The Thing 1982? I know I'm bringing a very old movie into this, but I'm pretty sure there's people who've seen it. The Thing 1982 is a movie that is a remake. That's the first remake of The Thing. The Thing from Another World is a black and white movie. That's actually the original Thing. And it is terrible. We finally broke the chest here. I felt like I was here forever trying to get the yellow numbers. That's what I was trying to do all this time. They're just like, yeah, this light gun user is gonna be able to do it. Oh. Shouldn't have looked away for a second. You're in the middle of 100. But yeah, like the Thing 1982 is probably arguably one of the best remakes I've ever seen ever. It greatly improves the story. It greatly improves the special effects. It does everything to enhance it. And then here's the funny thing. Like, a lot of people think, like, the 2013 Thing movie that came out is a remake. It's not. It's actually a prequel to the original Thing that tells, like, the events of what happened from the Norwegian base. And that movie was actually supposed to use the same special effects as their original Thing. But the problem with that was the studio decided that they wanted to put CGI effects over all the practical special effects. So, hold that thought for a second, Dread Knights. This is when I start ranting about movies and I might cost myself a card here because I'm getting very passionate. This is stuff I love to talk about. Like, I love to talk about, like, movie stuff that's trivia. So, what ended up happening is there is a cut of the Thing 2013 one, which is the prequel Thing, where it is locked away in a vault which has nothing but the practical special effects that were originally used in the film, before it was touched up with a bunch of CGI. And you know what? It is never going to see the light of day. It has not seen the light of day in Blu-ray releases. It has not seen the light of day in theatrical releases. People would probably not crap on that movie so badly. It's not a great movie, keep that in mind. It's an okay prequel. And I like the fact that it fills in the blanks. I should do a movie watch-along of The Thing. But I don't know if we can get away with doing that, because it'd have to be like 2 movies that I have to do. I used to do a lot of watch-alongs here on the channel, but the thing is, I always feel like when you're doing watch-along, and this is not disrespecting because I've done a bunch of them, people I've seen in the popular playlist when I do them, they kind of go over very well. I always feel like when you do watch-alongs, it's lazy content, because you're just reacting to somebody else's work. And I'm not the type of person, like, I always don't shut up in the streams, right? Like, I'm constantly saying, oh, well, I could do this better, or oh, I could do this better, or damage rotation. I feel like when you're just reacting to things like, hey, that's cool, or hey, that's Thing, or oh, he chased a dude, or she chased a dude, or hey, they got back together, it's boring. Like, would you really want to sit and watch that? I don't. So that's why I try to avoid, like, those react content things unless I can truly provide value. Now, the thing about it is, like, and again, I don't know why they went over so well, but the movie watch-alongs, I used to approach them like a film class session. Because for those of you who don't know, maybe you're just new to the channel or don't know these things, I work in film and television industry. I'm not like somebody big and major on the top. And I've spent less time doing that stuff now and more time doing other things that I really wish I could talk about, but I can't for various different reasons, NDAs, or things of that nature. And so what I use is basically my film degree and what actually happens in film, and tell you, hey, this is how this shot was broken down. Hey, this is what that was broken down. I got lucky there because he was charging big time there. They still haven't killed our Gravios? I mean, they are tempered ones. I do understand that. We did kind of share the pain here, literally. We split the load in half. Hey, I mean, I haven't carded. I'm not flexing. This is not a mean flex. Keep that in mind. So people be like, "Oh, gunners, easy, easy, easy." Not really, because I have less defenses. I have to constantly move around, and I gotta, against this thing, just targeting the right area. And then I gotta wait for, like, the gauge to fill up here. He's gonna roll. I don't have to worry too much about that. I could get this, I think. I can! Okay, nice. I don't think that caused a... Oh, it did cause a little bit of a stagger, though, so there's that. Nice to have. I really like the... Is this Sword and Shield user? Yeah, Sword and Shield user. Sword and Shield is actually metagame now. They're considered the top tier in Monster Hunter Wilds. I have to actually build a Sword and Shield build, because I don't really play too much Sword and Shield, not in this one. I actually like Sword and Shield in Generations Ultimate. That's like my favorite for Sword and Shield weapon. Alright. They came to help on this side? But they feel like this one isn't working enough for them? I mean, we're doing our best. We're doing what we gotta do. Oh, another para. Good. Good job, good job. I guess they decided it was taking too long without the gunners. That's okay, you know. I'm not gonna complain about the strategy. I'm just here to help. We're here for the vibes. We're playing for the vibes. God, I gotta play Marvel Rivals again. I haven't played it in a while because, like, I'm on the Dreadscape Gaming account, which is on my Steam account. Because I have different, obviously, accounts for different things. I don't ever play rank in that game. So, like, now I'm trying to jump into rank. I was trying to learn Deadpool when Deadpool came out release. I think I played, like, 1 or 2 matches. And the people were cursing me out while I was trying to, like, learn Deadpool. Like, you can't do that here. So, like, I stay away from Marvel Rivals. And, like, I would play Overwatch. Because I'm used to playing those type of games. I used to play a whole bunch of Paladins, Champions of Storm before they started to use AI to replace their voice actors and actresses. I am friends with a voice actress that used to voice Saris in Paladins, Champions of Storm. So, like, I feel a certain way about, like, AI voices being used to replace voice actors. I know a lot of, like, voice actors are, you know, obviously film, television. I did journalism way back in the day, too, so I, you know, covered anime cons, and there's a lot of people I used to interview. Some cool lost media I wish I could show you all. Some very, very fun voice actors I work with, so, like, I can't... Like, when you say you're replacing voice actors with AI voices instead, it pisses me off. Because I know people who are working very, very hard to get, like, voice acting gigs. And stuff. And then you're replacing them with AI, so it upsets me personally. You know, just like it kind of upsets me if you try to, like, use AI to replace actors and, you know. Obviously, art is also a sticking point. I mean, I understand what people do, but I don't necessarily support it. You know. I had a friend, and I'll tell you this story, who tried to give me, like, artwork for Dreadscape Gaming and stuff. And at first I thought it was, like, really okay artwork. And then what ended up happening was, like, it was, like, AI generated. I couldn't use it. So I had to just kind of, like, burn it to the ground, I guess you could say. You know, everybody has a different thing, but I don't like AI use and stuff, generally. If it could be avoided, don't use it. So, like, don't replace actors with AI-generated voices. That's just not cool. Why haven't these things died yet? We're, like, in overtime right now. That's okay. I think this will probably be the last time for the day. Maybe some of our teammates don't have, like, great weapons, because I'm doing my part. I've been pelting away at this thing, but this thing has, like, a whole bunch of HP at this point. Alright. Shoot this here. Okay, cool. Roar, you're angry. I'm not afraid of you. I am just a little bit. They locked me in here again. I guess we'll have to use the... And they carded after all that. Oh, no. All that work, Dread Knights. And they trip card on the end. I never carded once. I'm not saying that as to be mean. But that sucked. I'll do one more. Right? I'll do one more. Because we have 8 minutes left. And then that'll be the last that I do. 8 o'clock stream. Almost. You know, thanks to everybody that popped in, you know, lurked. I do greatly appreciate it. I'll do one more, just because I don't like ending on a low note. Nobody ever does, right? Okay, let's get this stuff. Let's get the herbs. Let's restock whatever we can. This will be the final hunt for the day. I will play probably Monster Hunter World on Friday, unless I decide to switch it tomorrow to World. We're just gonna go for whatever catches our eye in the beginning. We're gonna do this. Because the Razzle Dazzle's event quest, I'm a little bit scared that maybe my teammates are not going to be able to pull that one through. After that, I go have pasta. I'm gonna probably open up a cold one, a cool cold one, if you know. Like, I don't advocate having a beer, but, you know, I kind of need a beer. This is a long day, and I'm kind of glad to not have to do more jury duty. And, you know, just kind of want to vibe a little bit before I start working on a whole bunch of other stuff for, like, Dreadscape Gaming. Also, JP branch stuff that I gotta work on, because I've been kind of neglecting it. I think I even forgot to mention to JP Twitter that I was actually playing Monster Hunter today. You know, have some good food, have some good nums, you know, all these good things for mental health, you know. So I always try to treat myself right. I know, like, today I'm overworking myself, but I don't mind it. Like, I have a fun time streaming. I've always had a fun time streaming. I don't dislike streaming. The only time streaming is really, like, stressful for me is, like, when things don't work. Like, if you have internet problems, or, you know, sometimes people will, like, not tell you the game audio is too loud or stuff. You know, not that that's a big dick, you know? Stuff like that. But I enjoy streaming. I always have. And can't wait till, like, these guys see the live 2D model that I have coming out. It's still a little bit of ways, because obviously it needs a little bit more tweaking. I want it to be, like, just perfect before it drops. Okay, good. Let's reset this. Yes, nice, nice. Can probably get a part break here. Multiple fire. Alright, nice, perfect. Gotta love it when a plan comes together. I think I could still get one here. Nice! Well, I think I found my YouTube short for the day, gentlemen and ladies and gentlemen, I guess I suppose. I always want to say bros and brodettes, but I'm afraid that that's gonna link me to something. That really is what I wanted to originally have as a greeting, bros and brodettes. Welcome! Greetings, it is I, bros and brodettes. I don't think that really would work too well. Alright. Nice, 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 nice. Let's carve these parts, Dread Knights. Good work, yes, good work, good work. That was so quick, we might be able to do another one, I gotta be honest with you. Naruhodo. No, excuse me. Naruhodo. Which means I see. I see. It also could mean I understand. Alright. I forgot if I'd said good work or not. I don't want to be toxic, so I said it again. They might look at me like, how dare you say good work 2 times? How dare you? Oh, we're waiting for somebody that's posing and stuff. Okay, that's their prerogative. I will just go over here. If they don't let us out quick enough, I think we'll probably just end on that. Bros, I am tired. I think this was the final hunt. I don't think I should push it anymore. 2-hour stream is good enough for me. I think it was good enough for you. If you didn't watching on the VOD, you know, thanks VOD watchers, I do greatly appreciate it. Alright, rested device. We got 358, hunter rank increased. Rare treasures collected. Number of focus strikes on wounds. We did that many? I'm surprised. Alright, I'll show off the build before we go, just so we can get this nice rounded to 2 hours here. I'm ending a little bit early. I don't normally stream from 6 to 8 p.m. I'm usually 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but because I don't want to miss stream, I was very hyped. I wanted to share the news that no jury duty tomorrow, and I just kind of wanted to power through for it, because that's what I like to do. When I say Monday through Friday, I mean Monday through Friday. I don't like to, like, you know, go back on stuff that's the channel promise, right? So this is the build. Honestly, it's really a simple build. As long as you've been farming Gogmazaios, you should have no problem building it. So full set of Gogmazaios. The weapon is the Celtus Claire Gun, which is the maxed out Raid Out weapon. Obviously, when the expansion comes, this is going to be completely different and changed up. For the skills, Attack Beast level 5, Ballistics level 3, Opening Shot level 2, Slugger level 1, Peak Performance level 5, Agitator level 5, Evade window level 4, stun resistance level 3 for comfort, adrenaline rush 2, burst level 2, maximum light level 2, elemental absorption level 2, speed eating level 2, adaptability level 2, aquatic oscillate mobility level 1, shock absorber level 1 because we're playing multiplayer quests, so we don't really want like our opponents, or not our opponents, our teammates to get hit by our bullets, stagger all around because that would just be rude. I'm so glad that we have this weapon, this gem in this game, because we didn't have it in World. And we got it. It was introduced in Sunbreak. I was kind of concerned we maybe weren't going to reintroduce it. I am not using, like, super maxed out. Like, I didn't, what's it called? Ascend the armor, because I switched through different armors, and I'm still farming some stuff. Obviously, I'm not playing as much Monster Hunter Wilds as I did when we were going really hard on it with the channel. With that being said, tomorrow I will be back. I'm not sure what the game is yet. I'm going to decide that on the fly. So it is to be determined. With that being said, though, thank you to everybody who hung out. Thank you to everybody that lurked. Thank you to all my VOD watchers. I do greatly appreciate it. Most importantly, I appreciate you. I'll see you tomorrow. Most likely, maybe we'll do some more Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel with Cool Tune, depending if I decide to make the deck. Anyway, till next time, guys.